everybody, welcome back to Devils United. I'm here with another show, and it's for the announcement of Mason Mount. The last show, it was a here you go, the medicals were booked, but today this is official. He's currently a Manchester United player, signed, sealed. Here we go. Fantastic news. Going to have a look at all the pictures, the comments, what both Mason and Erik ten Hag have said. And we will also be discussing Mason Mount's new shirt number. So plenty to discuss regarding Mason Mount. So hit that like, share, subscribe if you're new. Hey there, Niall. Thanks for coming in. Hope you are well. Yes, a fantastic signing indeed. Torsten, thanks for coming in. Hope you are well. Money Mount. To be honest, he does have a new nickname for me though, Torsten, and his nickname is Manny Mount. Manny Mace, sorry. Manny Mace is his new nickname. Put some respect on Mason Mount's name. He could do whatever the video he wants. It wasn't script he was opening up. Yeah, a lot of people were saying it was PR, and to be honest, it's kind of one of them where the fans wanted him to leave. Fine, understandable. Some of our fan base wants some of our players to leave as well, me included. So that's understandable that a fan base might want to get rid of a player, but then they said they don't want him. Then he doesn't care for the club, and then once he does his farewell speech, it's PR stunting. So he couldn't win either way, because if he didn't do it, he would be slated for not loving the club. So it's one of them. Hey there, brother. Thanks for coming in. Hope you are well. Can't believe her boy's United player and given the big number 7. Maisy is on cloud 9. Ravi and Niles talking about Liverpool. Mount has the same PR people as Drogba. Don't know. That is actually true, Ravi. I can't remember what it's called now, but a few football players are associated by it. Drogba's supposed to be the co-founder. So, yeah, that is absolutely right. Question, Mays, how will a 3-man midfield work with Mount and the rest of the midfield? I know we've actually touched on this several times, rather. So I will do it again for the last time. So if I go on to here, let me just get a line-up builder. Spare with me one moment, and then what we'll do, once I go through the comments, I will touch on the midfield and how it can work. Mount is a good player. Hey there, Reese. Thanks for coming in. Hope you are well. Mount 7 was a shock. Unlike others, I wanted Garnacho to get it. To be honest, Reese, Garnacho getting the number 7 shirt was actually very popular. A lot of people wanted Garnacho. Mays, was it right for Mount to get the iconic 7? And do you think Mount can handle I think the thing is, I can understand why people aren't happy that Mason Mount got the 7 shirt. It even took me by surprise. I think the thing is that you got to look at, as first of all, is we've had a lot worse players in the recent days having that number 7 shirt. One being Angel Di Maria, another one being Michael Owen. Memphis Depay didn't have a great stint in that 7 shirt, so we have had a lot worse players in that 7 shirt, and I think Ten Hag is learning the club, and I think he wouldn't have just give the 7 shirt to anybody. I think he does really trust him, and he has said that he is an important player, so I think that just puts a lot of trust into him. Is it everyone's cup of tea? No. Does it put more pressure? Yes. But I do think if he can handle the pressure, because he has been in back-to-back finals with Chelsea, he's won the Champions League, he's won the FIFA World Cup, FIFA Club World Cup, sorry. He's won the Super Cup, he's been in back-to-back Carabao FA Cup finals, so he can handle that pressure. He is an England player as well, so I do think he can handle the shirt personally. Hey there, Paul. Thanks for coming in. Hope you are well. Question from Niall. Will Mount be a starter come next season? I personally say so. I think he was probably Christian Eriksen's replacement, and Eriksen will be the one coming off the bench. It's been the first central midfielder / cam 7 since Brian Robson. For me, he needs a home where he could be settled, and I think he'll get that at Man United. Chelsea, for me, is a poison place, in my opinion, and that's no disrespect. I can understand why you say that completely. Maisy will be able to confirm, but I'm pretty sure Mount got a lot of crap at Chelsea. Yeah, that is correct. He did have a lot of hate on social media by the Chelsea fan base. He did have to delete his Twitter. So he is only on Instagram now. Due to a lot of hate that he has been getting. So I think that really does say a lot. Hey there, Helgon. I'm well, thank you. I hope you are well too. Thanks for coming in. Has he had his medical yet? Yes, he's had his medical. He had his medical a few days ago, which is why he's confirmed by the club. He's no longer blonde though, Niall. He's gone back to brown hair. Manchester Mount with the new hair and club for a fresh start. Hey there, Liam. Thanks for coming in. Hope you are well. Maisy is another nickname. Helgon, a little surprised Garnacho didn't get the 7. I guess a lot of people have pre-ordered kits with the wrong number now. Garnacho changed his Insta name and everything. I can imagine it is probably very disheartening regarding Garnacho. He probably did want that 7 shirt. Is it the right one for Mount to get it? Time will tell. But I did always say that it was too early at that moment in time for Garnacho to get that 7. He is a future prospect for Manchester United, so he can get it in the future for sure. If they did order them pre-order kits, suppose that will be down on them, I guess. Manchester United were when I bought a shirt a few years ago when Rashford transitioned from 39 from the 10 shirt. I got the I think it was the away kit pretty early, and I wanted Rashford on the back with him being new, and I quite liked him, so I got him. And then once he changed his number, I said, oh, like kind of thing, like I said to the club, like, can I have a new shirt? And they wouldn't give it me, despite, of course, the kit number actually changing. So I think Manchester United would not even change the number regardless if the player changes the numbers. They're quite stingy. Big up Manny Mays. Cheers for answering the questions. Good point as well, Helgon. Alexis Sanchez is another shout indeed. Hey there, Ian. Thanks for coming in. Hope you are well. As another normal shirt at Hi Had Maisy. Maisy, you got the perfect nickname for cool nicknames. Garnacho 7 after Mount leaves. I think it's still pretty early for Mount to say to leave. But he does need to be, for me, as that a proper fitted into the team before we can consider changing that number to the number 7. 39 to 19 to 10 as well. Hey there, Doug. Thanks for coming in. Hope you are well. Mount is getting 7 is very brave. It's putting huge pressure onto him. We gave the boss line the number 8 shirt. I think he will be better than Keita in the number 8. Just think putting the 7 is a massive pressure. I completely agree. It is a massive pressure. I do think Ten Hag wouldn't give it him if he didn't think he could handle it. But I think the problem is now is that if something happens and he puts a stinker, a lot of people will be gunning for his head, which it's not worth. Because you look at, for instance, Antonio Valencia, he had that number 7 shirt, and it even said it's far too heavy on him, and he had to change his number after a season or two. So it is a massive responsibility for sure. Helgen, I still think the number 7 shirt should be earned. Yeah, I completely see why you think that, and I completely agree. I think you need to have the right characteristics for me to get that number 7 shirt, like the characteristics what you've seen, for instance, of Eric Cantona, that kind of characteristic if you're new. But if you're an academy kid, you sure do need to earn that. I don't think this 7 is as strong now. Mind I said, what quality does Mount add to the midfield, and how does he improve to players around him. He does offer quite a creative spark. He's great with his corners, set pieces, free kicks. He's great with his long through balls. So it does create a lot of. He does give that other creative spark. It's not just Bruno who's able to create for the forward players for the midfield. So it's just that bit more flair and characteristic into the midfield. Hey there, Vincent. Thanks for coming in. Hope you are well. A lot of people are moaning about him being given the number 7 shirt. They said it should be earned, but I think how long does that number 7 have to be tainted? That's another good point as well. For sure. It's a tough one because people are saying Garnacho. I personally don't think Garnacho was ready. I was gonna do a show regarding who should get the number 7 shirt because Anthony and Sancho were both winning the 7, and I don't personally think that any of them really deserved the shirt apart from Garnacho, and I think Garnacho was far too early for it. So I completely see your point, and we couldn't have it tainted forever for sure. Any news on Wanana? First bid got rejected, but we're going to be increasing the bid and putting a new one in. How does Mount improve the players around him? Because of his creativity. If he's going to be creating in the team, he's going to improve Bruno he's going to give Bruno less things to handle with. So Bruno's not got that weight in his shoulders that he needs to create for everybody. He's going to help that right hand side because the right side is better for him of Anthony, so Anthony is able to get some more creativity in him. You've got Wan-Bissaka, where Wan-Bissaka isn't having to go as forward far too much because he can give it Mount, for instance, because I think was kind of missing that section there. So that's what I personally think. He helps the right side, especially, and I think that's our weakest part. Hey there, Static. Thanks for coming in. Hope you are well. Sorry, Mason Mount 7. That's a disgrace. I can see why people are not happy with it for sure. Is it something I was particularly happy with? No, but it's kind of one of them where it can go one or two ways for me, to be fair. It is what it is, Maisy. A squad number is a squad number at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what squad number you get these days. The thing is, Niall, the number 7 shirt is more than just a squad number. You've looked at all the legends that Manchester United have had in that 7 shirt. The number 7 shirt is a legendary shirt. It's not just it's just a squad number, because I think if people got either got 19 or 8 or whatever other number, people wouldn't be bothered. It's because it's a legendary number, and you've got all of the greatest people who have been getting that squad number. And people say the same with the number 10 shirt for Manchester United, because the number 10 shirt is another one what's a big massive responsibility. So I disagree that a squad number is just a squad number, because certain numbers it does mean a lot, and there's legendary numbers in every single team. Like you're gonna have, for instance, Liverpool. Doug may agree that the number 8 shirt is probably more legendary than others, and you're gonna look at, for instance, Arsenal. They'll have like the number 9, 10. Maybe Static might be able to recall, and that the numbers what Bergkamp and Henry have got, they're gonna be legendary shirts. So, I disagree with your comment about a shirt's just a shirt. I don't think anyone should be giving it this season. Again, it should be earned. I completely understand that. Do you think Mount one day could be captain? No, I can't see him being captain. If he stayed at Chelsea, I think it was a possibility, but no, I don't think he would be the captain one day, because you've got other people who have got captain materialistics, Bruno Fernandes being one of them. Sancho overrated. I'd be generally looking at cashing him in. I think a lot of people is wanting a loan from him, but we're not wanting him to stay on loan. We want him to be sold permanently. Sorry. What's your opinion on Amrabat from Florentino? I think it's a good bargain. You're gonna look at, for instance, like 25 million for a backup CDM who can also play in the 8. It's giving us that squad depth. Ten Hag has worked with him. You'll be able to trust him. I think for someone who's going to be a squad depth, I think offers a lot more characteristics than what Sabitzer has gave us. I'd be all over that 25 million for sure. Number 7 is iconic for both Liverpool and Manchester United. Yeah, see, Doug, you 100% agree with me when I do say that then. 100% facts amazing from Static. 7 is your iconic number for United, whereas 10 and 14 are iconic for my team, Arsenal. Exactly, Maisy, you beat me to it. Arsenal tried to unveil Declan Rice to outshine us, and they think they can outshine us by announcing Russo as a player. I don't think so. Well, I'm not even fussed for Russo anymore, to be honest, but I'm not even gonna miss her. It's just one of them. But let's have a look at the first of all the official announcement for Manchester United. United signed Mason Mount. Mason Mount has joined Manchester United on a contract running until 2028 with an option to extend further. The 24-year-old midfielder, which is great because by the time he gets into the squad properly, he's blended into the squad. He's got to be in his prime because the prime tends to be from 25 to 28. Has made 274 club appearances, scoring 58 goals, contributing 53 assists. So when you're going to be working that out quite a high amount as well, yet again. The Champions League winner was Chelsea's Player of the Year for 2 years. He had 36 caps for England and played a key role in the country's run to the Euro final in 2021. Mason Mount said, "It's never easy leaving a club where you grew up, but Manchester United will provide an excellent challenge for the new phase of my career. Having competed against them, I know how strong a squad it is I'm joining, and I can't wait to be part of this group's drive to win major trophies. Everyone can see that the club has made big steps toward under Eric Ten Hag. Having met the manager and discussed his plans, I couldn't be more excited for the future ahead, and I'm ready for the hard work expected here. I'm hugely ambitious. I know how amazing it feels to win major trophies, and I'll do what it takes. I'll be winning everything. I'll be giving everything to experience that again at Manchester United. I'm not even going to talk about that stupid John Murdoch because he is a waste of breath. And yeah, so that's the current announcement. That was what Manchester United have released for Mason Mount. I do personally think with Mason Mount is the thing is with Mason Mount, when you do look at everything that is being shown today, you can see how ambitious, how he's so driven. So I watched Eric Ten Hag clips when he's seen Mason. I seen Mason as well when he was looking at Old Trafford, looking at the pitch, and he even said, "I can't wait to play." So he was looking. He said, "I'm looking forward to playing here," and this is the quote that was. Eric Ten Hag has said to Mason Mount, "I want you to be a very important player for this team." And Eric Ten Hag, Mason Mount, of course, praising Eric. Thank you, Eric Ten Hag. And Mason Mount said that he's got to put his boots on. Got to get on the pitch now, get my boots on. I'm looking forward to playing at Manchester United. This is the thing is, a lot of people are saying we need world-class players in every single position. I understand that. It's a big club, Manchester United, but you want players who are hungry, who are driven, who wants to play for the club. Mason Mount, is he the finished article? Not yet. But he has that drive, he has that desire. You can see how he plays. His idols are Beckham and Cristiano Ronaldo, so he knows what it's like for them to wear that shirt. He wants to wear that shirt with them being his idols. He's even said that as a kid, I watched Cristiano Ronaldo for my free kicks, and this is how I've done it. So I think he does know what Manchester United is about. Ten Hag has wanted him for quite a while, so he's going to improve for me, in my opinion. And I want hungry players at the club. There's no point in having a world-class player at the club who doesn't want to play. Who doesn't want to play for you? What's the point in signing him? At least if you're going to have someone who's a solid 7 or 8, I would say, and who's still pretty young, who can still develop the career to potentially get even better, I'd say, yeah, go for it. I'm more than happy for that. Rather would Anjabat come and be a backup? That's the thing. When we don't know as of yet. And that's something that we will have to see. Static. I'm going to be controversial. I give Fernandez 7 or better option. Retire the number 7. Good point. Would I retire the number 7? No. Just because of the because there is still some fantastic players, and Garnacho is definitely one who I will give it for the future. The thing is, I don't think Bruno ever wanted that 7 shirt. He's always said from the beginning he wanted 8, and he was waiting for Mata to leave, so he could get the squad number. So I think Bruno suits the shirt he's got. He plays very well in it. But I wouldn't retire it for sure. Just because there is still some players who could slot into there one day. Maisy thoughts on Mount in big games. I think he plays well in big games. You just need to look at his game in the Champions League, his game in the Super Cup. He's led Chelsea on numerous of occasions into that top 4. The only thing he hasn't really won there is the Premier League. Hopefully he could win there one day. When the problem is when Chelsea has lost games in finals, they automatically blame Mount. But you need to look at it's a team game. It's not down to one player why you lose. Now 1-0 England under 21 semi-final. Morgan Gibbs-White scored. Fantastic. What's Mount like when trying to win the ball back? He's a workhorse in the midfield. So he does track back. He's all over the pitch. He's a bit like a younger version of Bruno, if you want to look at it, as in the workhorse, the creativity, the tracking back. So he's absolutely fine with winning the ball back. Anjabat, I reckon he would join anyway because he's a good player in rotation coming to the season, and our midfield is very important. Maisy was Mount mismanaged as a player at Chelsea. I think at the moment it is very hard to say, but I don't think there was anything wrong with the players' side with other players. I know he was dropped, but he did have an injury or two, and I think he was struggling to get back in. The thing is that Chelsea side, it was very, very packed. Probably once you get injured and you're gone for a few months, you probably won't recognise anybody. So it's hard to say if he was mismanaged, but it did need a fresh start because it was getting too toxic. Anjabat had a fantastic World Cup. Anjabat was excellent in this Conference League final. Had the second best passing percentage in Serie A last season for defensive midfielders. Money Mason. It's called Manny Mace, actually. So Maisy, I have a question because I know you're more glued to it. How long has Mount had the ongoing issues with the Chelsea fan base? I think probably about 18 months, I would say. It was just before the end of last season, before the start of last season, so I'd say 18 months. So we'll have a look as well of the pictures. So we can see all the pictures as well, what's been released by Manchester United and Mason Mount. Let's be real here, when I am going to be saying this, is he does look a lot better in red. Let's be real, a lot better in red. He suits the red. He looks great in the red. Nice picture again. Great pictures. And the thing is, you can genuinely see how happy he is. Like, just look at this picture and that picture, for instance, how happy he looks. I actually haven't seen the guy this happy in a long time. So, when I barely see pictures of him from Chelsea in the last 18 months as it is, and when I did see him, he didn't look overly happy. So I do think that he does look a lot happier. And we've seen it from all the videos. He's eager to get going. Hey Jarvis, thanks for coming in. Hope you are well. He also he has a positive look on him. He looks genuinely happier. Exactly. And you know what, right? Like, you look at, for instance, what's he called? Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, right? He genuinely, like, this guy, right? I never seen him smile at Chelsea. Even when, right, he got announced at Chelsea, like, all these pictures were like, he was frowning. He was like, and I've not seen him a picture of Kai Havertz where he's not smiling at Arsenal. And that just shows to me, to everybody else, that a lot more weight has been lifted off the shoulder. They're happy for a new challenge. Mason Mount being one of them, Kai Havertz being another. Lol Maze, did the cameraman say to Mount to smile? Nah, he didn't need to be told to smile. He's happy to be smiling, rather. 10 out of 10 on the photographs. Mason looks happy. He looks like he feels at home. Yeah, absolutely. And I did actually see some videos today of Mason with the fans hugging him, saying thank you and stuff. So that's really, really nice to see as well. You want a player who can connect with the fan base. Because if we all remember with Sir Alex and whatever announced where no one was greeting the fans afterwards and did shine the shirts, and Sir Alex went mad. You want someone who is very good and welcoming and warm with the fan base, and that's what Manchester United fans also thrive off, is the friendliness that a player has. Liam, I think he will thrive under Ten Hag. Completely agree with you, 100%. And apart from Anthony, all the other players, I genuinely think I look very, very good. Under Eric Ten Hag, like, we know at the moment Malassi is very raw. Casemiro, or shall we say Casamen, has been superb. Martinez has been absolutely outstanding. So we've had some great signings under Eric Ten Hag, and just give the guy what he wants. We've seen it where he's had a few signings and he's got the team from what Ralph said we needed heart surgery with the team to getting a few signings in, and he's made a difference. Give the guy the squad depth, give him more backing, and let's see what he takes the squad. I think he will thrive as well. A lot of players have thrived under Ten Hag, like we've seen Wan-Bissaka thrive under Ten Hag, Marcus Rashford, of course, who's thrived under Ten Hag. Dalot in the first half of the season thrived under Ten Hag. Lindelof has been superb under Eric Ten Hag. So he has improved a lot of players, and Luke Shaw being another one. For 12th place to Man United 7. Liam, soon Pochettino won't be smiling. Good one, that. Liam, he won't be smiling, of course. Did Mason Mount give the photographer a tip for a brilliant photographs? He has a very nice smile. Hey there, Luca. I'm well, thank you. Hope you are well too. Manny Mays, I'm just messing. Vincent, did you see on TikTok they've done photos of Mason Mount playing Gangsters Paradise? I haven't seen it. If you can, Vincent, could you send it me so I can see it? Also, Mason Mount believes Manchester United are in a better position than Chelsea to challenge for big trophies. But that's right as well, Torsen, because you look at the position what Manchester United are in compared to Chelsea. They do, and the thing is it's going to be tough for Poch, just because a lot of these players aren't his players, and if and a lot of Chelsea fans are being concerned over squad depth now. I don't know if you are, of course, Torstein, but I think he does have a lot of work to cut out for. Reese, I think we can all agree. Thank Beep. It was Mason Mount that Eric Ten Hag managed, and not Telly Aller. Sign a player from Chelsea, we both see Nippon. Mays, does Mount play a full 90 when he starts? I think he won't start the full 90 straight away. I think he'll probably come on off about 70th minute, give Ericsson a bit of a run, and then further on in the time, I think he will play the full 90. But the thing is, we're not having to be concerned of when he needs to play the full 90 game in, game out, because if, for instance, that Mason is not to play, we've got Ericsson, we might have Andrew back. We've still got Fred at the moment. We've still got Scott McTominay at the moment. So I wouldn't be overly concerned of Mount playing the full 90 at the moment. Just have to get him out on FIFA for online friendlies. Nah, Liam, right. Liam will back me on this, because me and Liam went and played FIFA this weekend, and I got Mason Mount scoring on my FIFA, so which was very good. So Liam will be able to vouch on me on that. We'll be doing it soon. Doing it to Mason Mount versus Mount. Just realised we signed Mount and no one heard from Nippon. Hey there, Dads. Thanks for coming in. Hope you are well. Onana next. I think that's going to be the most likely one, because Onana is his first bid's got rejected. I will discuss it more anyway on the transfer show, but Inter still owes us money. I think they owe us still about 40 odd mil. So if 40 odd mil euros, so I would say to Inter, right, we'll wipe off this debt if you give us Onana, but I genuinely don't think that they'll do that, because Man United don't have the same brain as a lot of people. I just want to know, did you upgrade his tour? I'm not too sure what's going on here. What tour, Vincent? She bet me. Yeah, I did. It was absolutely class. It was absolutely class, the FIFA, for sure. I enjoyed it. So let's have a look as well at Mason Mount's salary. So here's the Mason Mount salary. So this was announced that turns out Manchester United, Chelsea and Liverpool all offered Mason Mount the same salary, 200k per week, rising to 250k with bonuses, but he only wanted United. Proper red. I think for me that really just speaks a lot of levels as well, that he does want to come to United. And we was reading reports that even if, for instance, Chelsea was to let him go on a free, is that Mason Mount still wanted Manchester United. They did not want any other team. So I think that really says a lot, is that he did want us. He wanted to play for us. And 200k per week when you're looking at some of the Deadwood who we've got for much higher. So if let's look at the wage bill. At the moment for Manchester United, wages for 23-24. So this is going to be obviously based on this season. So at this moment in time, they haven't updated Mason Mount on this. So, but we already know how much Mason's going to be getting, 200k per week. So let's have a look at the current wage bill for Manchester United. So we're looking at the wage bill. David De Gea is now a free agent, so he's no longer on there. So at the moment, Jadon Sancho is on the highest with 350k. Then Rafael Varane with 340k. Then Casemiro is on 300k a week. Martial is on 250k a week. Bruno is on 240k a week. So they're the ones at the moment who are on the highest wages at Manchester United, who are on higher than Mason Mount's 200k per week. And I do personally think that you're looking at that wage bill. Martial should not be anywhere near that 250k mark. Jadon Sancho should not be our highest earner either at Manchester United. So if you, these definitely two need them wage reductions. I understand Varane having one of the highest wages, as well as Casemiro, as well as Bruno. I understand that. I don't understand why Anthony is on as high as he is, because when he was at Ajax, he was on like 50k a week. So I don't understand that whatsoever. You should be on that high. And we know that if the few players are going to leave, that's going to help the wage bill as well, because we're looking at opening offers for Sancho. We've opened offers for Martial. We've opened offers for Maguire. We've opened offers for Fred. We've opened offers for Donner, Dean. So that straight away we're taking a minimum off of 100k per week, as well as all the other ones who are on lower than that, where the lowest wager is actually Anthony Elanga. The guy who gets criticised the most is on 5k a week. Like, it's absolutely crazy. But I think when you look at it, 200k per week before the bonuses, because he's not going to get his bonuses straight away. Let's be real. I don't think he's going to get his bonuses for at least a few seasons, because he needs to win several trophies before them add-ons and the bonuses are hit. So he's not going to get it for a minimum of 2 seasons, I would say. So 200k a week for 2 seasons, I don't think is bad. Static, what squad number would you have gave Mount? I'm just curious. Yes, so I said that Mason Mount should have been 19 at Manchester United, because Phil Jones has now left Manchester United. Varane has currently got the 19 shirt. Varane has got the 19 because he started his career as the number 19 at Lens. And what I said is that Varane should move over to the 4 shirt, and then Mason should go to the 19 shirt, because he's always played that at Chelsea in the first team squad. So that's what I would have personally have done. Mount will get 300k with bonuses. That's incorrect, because it did say 200k with bonuses. So he won't get anything more than 200k a week at Manchester United. Maisy, obviously, I hope Mount works out for us, for you all United fans. I hope so. I think we just need to give the guy a proper chance. Let him be, let him do what he can do. But you know what? Every fan base is the same. Fantastic, Vincent. I'll give that a watch after the stream. Let's see what Eric Ten Hag does with Mount. Exactly. Martial on 250k a week to crap his pants after he farts. I was thinking Mount 19 and Varane straight to 4. United seem to like playing players big money. It's because we're stupid. It's because we are stupid. And then we can't get rid of these players because they won't accept anything lower for the wages. So, and that's why a lot of them end up going on a free. 5k a week, but a player that tries, despite not being at the best level, is still very raw. So yeah, it is a shame, to be fair. Now Mount has to put the work in to get the bonuses. Jarvis, it's sad reading results of years and mismanagement thanks to Ed Woodward the prick. Exactly. All down to Ed Woodward. All the other board just incompetent. They don't know a single thing about football. Because realistically, you're looking at like Liverpool, for instance. They've got a wage structure at their club, and that's something that Manchester United should have had, a wage structure. Where the highest should have been 300k. And that should be for Varane. That should be for Casemiro. They should, realistically, them two should be the only players who should be on 300k a week. No other player at that club deserves 300k a week, because you're looking at Rashford, for instance. As much as Rashford's been fantastic, he doesn't deserve that 300k mark right now. Martial doesn't deserve 250k as one of the highest earners, and again, down to the club. No, the highest in all will be 250k a week, Ravi, with the bonuses. So we'll also as well look at. I wanted to show something as well with Bruno's welcome message. So Bruno's welcome message made me laugh. Like, so these 2 pictures were taken 2 seasons ago, when looks like Mount got in a bit of a scrap with Bruno. Looks like Mount likes to scrap with Bruno. So Bruno goes, "Why did you take so long to sign welcome at Mason Mount?" The other one who did put the welcome message before I seen it was Harry Maguire. I am expecting probably Shaw will do one very soon as well. I've noticed on Instagram that Mount and Litcher are both following each other now. So it looks like they've made up and they're friends. So we will see how the pair of them two get on together for sure. So where was it now? Yeah, it is. Yeah, so we'll have a look as well. Mouse Maze, it seems the Glazers want to fleece United for every penny. Angel D, Snake Maria, Maze, you should do a forfeit. I'm a celebrity one. A forfeit what? Daz, I'm confused right now. Di Maria definitely to Benfica is a mad move. The thing is, though, Di Maria's at the end of his career, and on top of that, is he's 35. He went to Benfica before Real Madrid, so the guy realistically he was made there at Benfica. So I can understand he wants to end his career at Benfica. Mays, they look like they want to kiss each other in the photo. Yeah, funny that one. Mount versus Martinez in training. Hey there, Box. Thanks for coming in. Hope you are well. Maisy must be buzzing with Mount. Just need Paulinho. Yeah, we need Paulinho. Paulinho will be a good shout. I think you can get him quite early. Quite cheap as well. I think you can only get him for 20 mil as well, which isn't that bad. Static did I'm a celebrity one. I'll have to have a look. I don't know what you mean by what I'm a celebrity one you mean, but I'll have a look. Yeah, so we can see here Ten Hag greets Mount and his message is clear. Manchester United's first sign of the summer, Mason Mount has met Eric Ten Hag following an announcement of the transfer. In the afternoon, our signing met up with his manager inside this Jimmy Murphy Centre to pose for pictures that would delight the supporters around the world. So we can have a look there. There's the pictures. I'm not going to go through the gallery. Ten Hag has returned to Carrington early in preparation for pre-season training. The camp that will begin on Thursday's squad for non-international players. Of course, the manager also wanted to greet Mount personally, and as you can see in the video, he has had a few short words. After posing for the signed pictures while embracing Mason, Eric told the new recruit with a smile, I want you to be a very important player for this team. Clearly eager to get to work, Mount jokes about getting his boots and running onto the pitch, but he has to wait for the time being. So you can see there the picture of both Eric and Mount. In our signing announcement, Mount looked very excited future as a red. And then we can see there what he has already said, what I've already gone through. So, some great words from Eric Ten Hag. Let's see. Mount will improve us. Just need a few signings. Absolutely. Need a goalkeeper for sure. That'll be one priority. Angebat will be fantastic. And then we 100% need a striker or two, without a doubt. But if, for instance, we can only get the one, I think we've got no choice but to use Rashi as the backup striker. Everyone moaning about Mason Mount getting the 7. Could be worse. It could be Phillips Schofield, number 7. Oh dear me. Oh dear. Di Maria, you should change his name to Snake. True. Maze, how many assists can Mount get in a Prem? Interesting question. I'll probably go for 8 at the moment. 8 assists. So he can get into the squad. Mount Awana, Angebat Ireland, it will be it unless something else pops up. Believe Benfica have signed a pet snake, Di Maria. Yeah, they did. Maze, I think Daz meant if you get 3K subs, you have to do I'm a celebrity eating challenge. Oh, right, okay. I've never done any of these eating channels though on my channel, but I want to say I'll commit to it, but I really don't want to commit to it. Let's I'm not. I don't want to commit to it, I'm afraid. In that case, Reese looks like McQuay and Marshall stay. I think Marshall especially will probably stay. Whereas Maguire and 50-50 on. I think Szoboszlai was a good buy for Liverpool. It's going to be interesting on how Liverpool will really set up, just because both McAllister and Szoboszlai are both 10s. So it'll be interesting how he really lines up. Imagine a front three of Rashford, Schofield, Antony. Oh. No comment. I'm all about performance-based bonuses, exactly. This is what I said on my stream a couple of weeks ago, is if you've played well for the club and Eric Ten Hag just say, right, if you play well, you'll get your reward. Like, you've got the bonuses, great, but your reward here is the Carabao Cup. Your reward here is the FA Cup. Your reward here is Champions League, Premier League, and that should drive a player enough, for me, in my opinion. But football has changed too much these days. Yeah. So before we will wrap it up, I am gonna talk through the other sevens we've had in the past, because we've seen here a lot of people have drove quite angry over the sevens. So we've had Michael Owen, we've had Valencia, we've had Di Maria, Memphis, Alexis, Cavani. You know what? Cavani was actually not a bad number 7. Like, I actually really liked Edinson Cavani. It was just a shame of he was quite injury prone and he didn't really get into the squad. I'm gonna actually do a poll in the chat. Worst 7 in Man United history. So I'm gonna put the poll in the chat for the worst 7 in Man United history. So people, get your thoughts in the chat. I just think, like, I think, you know what, Cavani should have kept his 7, but I can understand why he done it for the point of, like, obviously, Ronaldo going back to the club and stuff like that. So, so I've actually put a poll in the chat here of the worst number 7 in Man United history. I've got it as Alexis Sanchez, Angel Di Maria, Michael Owen, Memphis Depay. So get your thoughts in there as well. I don't think the 7 shirt's cursed, just because I do personally think Cavani was actually decent. As I say, it was just a shame of that he gave the shirt up and he just didn't get a look in. David Beckham was an absolute fantastic number 7. So was Eric Cantona. Ronaldo's first stint at Man United, amazing number 7 again. But these are special players. The players that you're not gonna have. You're not gonna get an Eric Cantona in every decade. You're not gonna get a Ronaldo in every decade. Same with David Beckham. You're not gonna have the same players in every single decade. Like, everyone has said here before that we're never gonna get another Georgie Best. This is why the characteristics of the 7 is so important, because these type of players who's had the 7, you're not gonna get them ever again. Vincent, I see Paul Ince knows into business again. I like what you said on Twitter. Yeah, right. What I said on Twitter, right? The guy, right, piping up yet again that Paul Ince, giving his verdict on Mason Mount to United. And that's why I said, who genuinely gives a crap what he thinks? The guy is a Judas who backstabbed us and gone to Liverpool, our worst rival, and the guy thinks he can comment on us. Why don't you comment on Liverpool signings? Like, I never see the guy talk about Liverpool. He's always got Man United in his mind. Like, do one. I think Chelsea fans should get over Mount leaving and focus on their club. Personally, for me, I think later on in time they will regret losing Mount, because he's still such a young player at the moment. Cavani was fine. Memphis begging for it did not help. But the thing is that's down on Manchester United. You should have said, no, you're not ready for it. You earn it. You earn it. So that's down to the club at the end of the day, and the fact that the manager was and the board was soft. But Mount might be the best 7 since Ronaldo 09. That's a very, very good shout. That's a good shout. I love Cavani plus Valencia was great, bar his 7 stint. But Mount, in terms of career, props can be our long-term 7 since 2010. Absolutely spot on. That's what people don't see, is that he is a long-term investment, because he is still only very young. And realistically, we could easily get into 30, so we could get 7 years out of him very, very easily. Owen for me, easy. Always. Sanchez for me from Rather. Sanchez given the 7 was wrong, but he was downhill on the wrong way due to style. Don't class him as a bad 7. Box voted for Sanchez. Vincent said the best and Robson was the best. Now said Depay. Tarzan said Snake. Reese said best 7s, best Robson, Cantona, Beckham, Ronaldo. Box always scored a hat-trick in the Champions League, won the Premier League, scored that against City. Despite him sucking up to the Scousers, he still winds them up. You know what, right? What was so funny is that nobody actually likes Michael Owen. No one genuinely likes him. Cavani a strong 7. Luca, Mount, you want him to come because you like. I think he's a good player. I'm not just gonna say like I want somebody at the club because of her looks. I have been open and said that he's a good looking guy, but if I want a player at the club, I'm not gonna say it based off the looks. I'm gonna say it because I genuinely like him as a player, and I think that they've got the attributes of the club. Owen for me is the worst because of Liverpool. That's it. Paulins went to Inter, then Liverpool didn't hate. Yeah, I believe so. But the thing is that still, I still think it's wrong. Just as Liverpool fans thought it was wrong when Owen went to Manchester United, even though he didn't come to us straight away. Look at the 11s, post gigs, Januzaj, Greenwood. Oh, terrible. Januzaj was just overplayed. Martial as well. Depay for me. I remember when Bex joined United in 92 with the crew. That's how old I am. Fergie, Biggins, Big Time Charlie, Mount Rate, Maisy rates Mount. Imagine people buying Mount merchandise. Maisy does it. You got to get Mount top. You have to get it. I'm not getting Mount on the shirt until the Glazers leave. Maisy always wanted Mount and always raid him. Oh, come on, Luca. Rather buy a Mount shirt than Martial. I've actually got a Martial shirt, so I'm not even going to comment. So, as I mentioned with Ravi, I am going to go through potential formations and how Mount is going to slot into the midfield. So, let's just say we get Onana. What's my name? So, I'm just going to do it based off who I think Manchester United is going to have. So I think he's obviously a free agent in De Gea, so I don't think we've got him. He's gonna stay. So centre back Martinez, Lisandro Martinez to be exact. Centre back Luke Shaw. EDM is Casemiro. So Bruno, I think, is going to be on that left-hand side. I think Mount is going to play on the right. Left wing, I think Rasha. Right wing, I think Antony. And then up front, I think it's Ireland. Oh, don't tell me I spell his name wrong. There you go, Ireland there. So I think this is potentially how Manchester United could potentially fit into the club in the 4-2-3-1, where Casemiro was to play as a lone defensive midfielder, and then the pivot's going to be both Fernandez and Mount. Mount to play on the right-hand side because he is right-footed. Bruno can play on both sides, but I think he will play on the left just to benefit Mount that bit more. And we have seen great connections with Fernandez, with Shaw, Rashi as well. So that's one potential option that we could do. That's the 4-3-3. Sorry, that's my mistake. Could move over the 4-2-3-1. As we can see here, the 4-2-3-1. But obviously, take these out of put Rashi on the left and Anthony on the right. So this could be a potential option as well. That it could be a pivot with Fernandez and Casemiro, because Fernandez has played in the pivot this season at Manchester United, where Sabitzer played in that 10 role. So that's another potential option that Manchester United could take. And another one is the 4-1-4-1 formation. I think the 4-1-4-1 is getting a bit more popular. So let me just find so here's the 4-1-4-1 formation, and I think that's another formation that Manchester United could take. Again, putting Casemiro as a lone defensive midfielder, putting Højlund a bit more further forward, and then we've got Rashi and Antony on the wings, Mount and Fernandes next to them both. So there are other potential options that we could take, but of course that does leave a bit more open up front. And then we have got there the bench options if we've got Amrabat, and if we keep Fred, if we keep Scott as well. So they're the options, Ravi, that Mount could play in the midfield. Some of our Reds talk nonsense. Remember Paul Parker saying we should appoint Tim Schafer to Louis Van Gaal. And you seen like where they were arguing as well, like, Diego Simeone, Potts should be the Man United manager. Like, all these ex-Red pundits talk rubbish apart from Roy Keane personally, and Rio Ferdinand is the worst one at the moment on his YouTube channel. Talking about the Qatar taking over. Mays, just make your own Manny Mount merch. If you could be an option, maybe one day. May go on singing Rihanna that silky smooth voice. With Oana, a high, comfortable line without fearing needing to rush back. Bruno deeper behind Mount would be fine as well. Onana at United will be a great keeper for a good chunk of his career, for sure, I agree. And in games we could play Fred, Cass, pivot with Mount right wing, Bruno 10, another great option. Onana, what's my name? Get the deal done. If we need another destroyer in the midfield, my only question, Matt, is that right wing. You could make an argument for Garnacho, Ahmad, Sancho, Palestra. I think for me, Garnacho, I don't think will go in that right wing anytime soon. I do personally think that the ones who are most likely would be Sancho and Ahmad. Palestri is a good shout. I have seen Palestri more though as the in that 10 role. I do think Ahmad does deserve a chance, but as a backup at the moment. But if we was to keep Ahmad, one of the players do need to leave for him to have the opportunities, or he does need to be going to a Premier League club. He has said he wants to go back to Sunderland if he was to go back on loan, but he needs to develop his career more, and he needs to get used to the difference between the Championship and the Premier League, because he's ripped it up in the Championship. Give him that chance in the Premier League. Hey there, Martin. Thanks for coming in. Hope you are well. People are saying Alexis is worse than Angel. Are you okay? I haven't seen it, I'll have to have a look at the poll at the end. Maisy, would you have took Declan Rice? I would have happily took Declan Rice at Manchester United, but you need to look at as well is that Declan Rice isn't going to get ahead of Casemiro. He's going to be a backup. And I think probably going to Arsenal would be the right option because he is going to get that game time. Sancho in the 10 role, I reckon, at some point. Ahmad and Antony for right wing. Palestri loan him out. That's a great option to some out where to play. Mays, did you see? Yeah, I have seen her. She's an idiot. She's an absolute idiot. If we see an Amrabat though and play 2 DMs, Amrabat with his passing range and powerhouse mentality will cover. This is the problem though. If Amrabat was to start with Casemiro, who would get dropped? Bruno or Mount in that midfield? And then if that was Mount, it maybe might move to that right wing, but he could potentially. It's a tough one, personally, but I think Amrabat's going to be probably more for backups and coming off the bench. Is Alessia Russo the new Tevez? Although the thing is, Box, it's not just Alessia Russo. I just think that in the women's football there is no loyalties. Alice Greenwood being a big one, being at all Northwest clubs. And you're looking at, for instance, Martha Harris went from Liverpool to Manchester United. Mary Earp, she's a Liverpool fan. Millie Turner's a Manchester City fan. So Lauren James left us to go to Chelsea, which is understandable. We knew it's going to happen. But I just think there's no loyalties whatsoever, and it's because they all sign lower contracts in the terms of only 2-year deals. It's very rare they signed a long-term deal a club. Like, if you're going to look at like Lucy Bronze's career CV, for instance, she is literally good at every single club possible. Arteta being backed with a lot of money plus the ball giving 100% control. You know what I think is though as well, boxes. The Cronkies have won everything, like their NFL team, the NBA this year. The only thing they haven't won yet with is Arsenal this year. So I think they want to win something at Arsenal and something big. Martin Clark talk about Russo saying Arsenal was a dream move. I don't buy it. Club said disgrace, yes, but she clearly didn't want to stay. Exactly what I think. I think her head got swayed back in January, and if she wanted to go then, we should have let her go. Because I'd rather have took 400k and provide that to Honor and other transfers than keep Alessia Russo and gotten out. Mays can outplay both his feet. I think he can play both, but his stronger position is on the right side. But with that, we will wrap it up. Thank you all for coming on. Really appreciate it. So the poll has now ended for the worst 7 in history, and the winner goes to Alexis Sanchez with 38%. Second place is Di Maria with 30%. Memphis Depay 23% in third place, and Michael Owen in fourth place with 7%. So, yep, as I say, we will wrap it up. Thank you all for watching. Hit that like, share, subscribe. I will be live at 8 o'clock, as I will be discussing the player profile again, and that is for Kirsty Hansen and her loan spell at Aston Villa. I've got an Aston Villa women's supporter on for that. Take care, everyone. See you all at 8 o'clock. Bye-bye.